everyone. Welcome back to another Micronational interview. Today, I have the President and Foreign Minister of Siconia. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the English pronunciation. Yeah.
Okay. Would you guys like to, introduce yourself and talk about, your role within Siconia?
Okay, sure. So, first of all, I am Alessio Randazzo, Federal President of Siconia, which I am a student in Italy, and in the future I will take um, juridical studies, most probably.
All right.
Yeah, my role. Okay, so my role in Siconia is basically to handle every type of relation independently by the. So basically, I have been chosen by Asovium itself around the end of this summer. I'm new in the Micronational in general, and I have been chosen because I was an old pal of Azov, and since Siconia was in need of someone to handle foreign relations, Azov called me in. And this is also the type of um, mechanism that the federal president uses to choose the ministers. Everything is everyone is set on the capabilities. So like that I'm good with words, trying to know, get in contact with people, know how to talk to people to feel more, let's see, charming and all. He called me then, and I showed that I had the capabilities he wanted. This is how we act, and this is also how I work because since Siconia has uh, fifth, how many ministers are now? Basically, last week 6 ministers. Um, I also have the role to choose the roles of those who get in by making a Google form. So basically, almost all day of every day of the week, even when maybe there's a holiday or some, I have to sit in my station, look my notification because I need to handle everything that Azov can't. We also share uh, parts of each other's role to handle other projects outside of micronationalism and life and all. This is a cooperation and the mental state of mind that we seek inside everybody in the government or outside the government itself.
Very nice. Yeah, that's a very important thing to do with micronationalism. Um, So, what motivated the founding members to transition from the Firewolves clan in 2017 to a functioning micronation in 2020?
All right, so it was firstly my intention to move on to micronationalism since the older version of Siconia was in need of more serious rules or laws and more organized structure. We decided to take this way in order to have new members, to interest more people, and also because we actually also claimed territory back then, but we never officialized that. So this brought to the creation of the Social Democratic Union, mm, um, which at the time wasn't so great like Siconia is today. Mm, Back then, we were just three founding citizens, but the one that made all the system and organization was me because I was the most competent person at, at the time, and we needed someone to do all the job. Um, at the Social Democratic Union period, we tried getting new members for our micronation, but we weren't so successful. As in my country, it's really difficult to find someone with such ideologies. Um, so mm, we the Social Democratic Union passed to become an organization which seeks the independence of Sicily. So we moved on to in macronational independent ideals. But then we since we didn't find any other people interest also in this project, we moved again onto micronationalism, founding for the first time Siconia with its name, with because there were two other versions of our micronation, which was the Union of Sicilian Republics, but it totally failed. And Siconia turned out to be more successful since it allowed the people not only from all over Italy but also from outside Italy. In fact, now we have territories in Alberta near Calgary.
Wow, that's really cool. Um, how does Siconia define the purpose of its federal semi-presidential model within such a small population base?
Well, we base our federal system basically on the territorial properties because the citizens actually own territory. In Seconia, we have land, mostly for agricultural purposes. Um, so to avoid eventual catastrophes or misunderstandings, we want to keep the the territories to each federate state. Um, Also because we know that we cannot control in any way directly the land of somebody. Also because it will be go against the macronational laws, and we don't want to bother the macronations law system, um, especially in Italy because we have seriously strict laws about secessionism, as we if we manifest directly our will to succeed from Italy, we could have 30 years of imprisonment, and we principally consider Siconia not only as a micronation, but we want to differentiate it from a real nation like Italy um, or others. We consider ourselves as an organization mostly. We can also call it pro loco. I don't know if we can also say that in English, but and we are working mostly for the safety of the environment and nature for now, but we also have other objectives like um, educational programs, or also political programs, to allow our citizens to have various competencies also outside of the micronationalist project itself.
So yeah, here in America, we have a little bit more freedom to create those kind of groups, but still, if we were to actually try to secede, it would be very, very bad.
Yeah, basically what we are doing is we are almost like one step ahead to define us as a pro loco, which means like an organization built by people to enhance the life habits and not even culture, but the stability and all of a small region of Italian territory. We have a system just like a nation, so a micronation, but for the micronations, we're just a small organization that minds its own business. This is the closest we ever get, and we in near early 2026 we should be also observed by the UN, or an organ inside the United Nations. So yeah, we're pretty close to achieve it, and we're proud of it.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
All thanks to other micronations, though,
Yes.
with their help.
Yeah, with Hescaria, we have plans to do something called an intentional community, which is essentially just a group of people that create a small community on a cooperative piece of land. So, I mean, that's as close as I can get in America. Um, we can do something with culture, so I've been leaning heavily into Hascaria's culture. We can be a cultural nation, not so much a full scale sovereign nation. So, yeah, it's definitely amazing to see you guys getting so close to achieving the micronational dream. um,
Yeah, also because Italy is known for micronations. There is a whole movie about it.
oh, really?
Yeah, basically there was a small island built by an engineer in northern Italy, called the Island of Roses, in Italian l'Isola delle Rose, and it got cut down immediately, and yeah, the guy got into trial. But it will be the first micronation in Italy ever, and the most serious still. There is a movie about it, and this is why also I enjoyed becoming part of Siconia, because that looked really good.
Wow, I didn't know that micronationalism was so big in Italy.
Yes,
Yeah,
actually,
uh,
it even has its fundaments back then to the 13th century when the first micronation was created in Italy. It was called. Um, um, do you remember? No. Okay. Yeah, but there was a micronation that was created because of some errors between the peace treaties of the Papal States and the Republic of Florence. So they forgot to include this piece of land in the treaties, and this micronation was created in a river, very
yeah,
similarly to Liberland.
it was independent by error, just that, and so it got the tag.
Oh man, that's really cool.
Yeah, we're in contact with other like three, four, maybe five actual Italian micronations, which are both in southern and northern Italy. So we're many, just not known because it's something that spreads through um, not like adults, like I am over 18 years old, but many 13-year-old children just do it, and yeah, and the project just fails because yeah, it's something they can handle, and this is something that hurts me because I see our friends dash allies crumble down just because of erosion
Yeah.
by time. So we have the potential, but not the meaning. The meaning is the tools to actually achieve something on a larger scale.
Yeah. With only 31 citizens in 2025, what mechanisms exist to cultivate civic participation and avoid political stagnation?
So we are very often call the citizens to vote for referenda, basically popular votes that can choose laws or any other kind of decisions. But our political system is very particular because we can with the referenda, we can allow citizens to also make their own laws, like it if it was a third parliament in Siconia. Called and these kind of laws are popular decrees, even though almost half of the citizens have to request for such a vote. But yeah, we have this kind of laws, and it's all written in our constitution. Also, we involve our citizens by asking for help in the technological aspect of Siconia. We have a research program for agriculture, um, but also other kind of technologies like drones, and we have a project to make an actually flying drone. And in our federate state in Canada, um, the Siconian motors industry exists, and we already made a model of car, or at least the project of it.
No, there is an update actually. In basically Sigonia Motors, I am also the president of SOP Republic, and in my republic, we have around three Corvettes and some Porsche. Like I could show you in the picture, but that's not needed. And basically, we are going to participate in fully legal races in inside Italy near our republic to get ourselves known even more. And this shows exactly the what cooperation can do. Plus, returning to the political stagnation problem. Since we are a federation, a citizen from basically my federal state can move to the one of another. Let's call the conservative republics. Okay, so if he like okay, what was I saying? Like if maybe Alex moves from my republic to the United Republics, he can be president of that and can be part of its political world. So there is very, very much freedom of thought and also act inside of our government and political structure. You can also apply. We made applications for almost everything very frequently. The least frequent one is the one for the Siconia Parliament, which is once a year, and then lasts a week. But then
Yeah.
everyone can apply for everything at any time.
All right. Siconia recognizes multiple national and regional languages. How do you balance cultural representation with practical governance?
So we do recognize minor languages inside Italy and also other micronations, and to counteract the multitude of those, we recognize the major international language, English, which everybody can talk, and it's also required. to become a citizen. But we are planning in the one that's been called a 5 month plan. There is a 1 month within we will work only on our own language, which I personally and everybody is still and can freely work on the research and development factor. We are looking for a mixture of Latin and English, so that every minor Latin native language can easily move in, and also someone from foreign European dash Latin nation join, because the grammar or the the phonetics will be almost not the same, but really very reliable, and people can start to use this new type of speeches and everything just almost instantly. We don't mind if someone talks in another language. We had a member that left, which that talked in what we call dialect. Okay, in a certain dialect, and we had no problem with it. We really we just don't mind. We care. We like the people share its culture, because then I will like 15 minutes session of cultural share started from that, and we're really happy to see that. So we have no problems with multitude of dialects.
I love the whole conlanging side of um, micronationalism. Um, what role does the capital Randgo- Rangrad Rongrad?
Hmm.
Okay. Um, what role does it play politically and symbolically in the federal system?
All right, so Rangrad is not only the capital, but it's a federate state of Siconia, because we don't make cities, as we find it too unrealistic for now. But we are only divided in the federate state, so we can also define it as the capital federate state. It is the capital because it's one of the first um, federate states that were part of Siconia, and also because it was decided by the first parliament during the Third Siconian Republic in 2024. Um, so the role that it has is purely symbolical, as it symbolizes the origins of the very first project of the USD, um, and because it has a great variety of the of all the Siconian territories, as it has both the agricultural and um, inhabited aspects. Um, and yeah, basically this.
Given the micronation, given the micronations, excuse me. Okay. Um, given the micronation spans territories across Italy, how does Siconia approach territorial legitimacy and logistics?
So we legitimate our country by declaring that we own the territories that we claim. Even though there are some territories that we don't own officially, and this is the case of the federate state of the social gardens. It claims basically all of the land the gardens are in, but we only own one piece of all the territory. Um, but um, the motivation why we claim of the all of the land is purely symbolical in that case. A decision from its leader. About the logistics, we still have to develop a way to engage trades between the federated states, but we aim to hire expedition companies um, to do all of the of the job for us. Um, for the at the moment we don't have this problem, and we are focusing on other objectives.
Okay. We spoke on this a little bit earlier, but Siconian English and Siconian as developing local languages are highlighted. What is the long term vision for their grammatical and cultural standardization?
So we aim to develop our language, not instantly, but with the time. As we personally think that languages cannot be created artificially, and if they are, it is very difficult that all the citizens will speak it. We aim to develop it by continuing speaking, basically. Because if we start, maybe somebody starts saying some words differently, and then they enter the Siconian vocabulary, um, and so on. Same thing goes for the forms of the verbs, or the rules of the grammar, which can be various depending on the use that the citizens make of them. But we want to standardize it by writing not only a vocabulary or dictionary, but also by writing down all the grammatical variations that happen during the speak.
Very nice. Um, Now, Siconian's anthem, or Siconia's anthem, is titled "Ode to Liberty." How does this national identity theme shape policy and political life?
Um, and
Do
you,
I
yes, you can
do you want me?
speak.
Okay. So this particular atom has been created after a very important event of our micronation, after the like after the state just left the whole micronation, because every not only the other politicians and everything, but also its own citizens became angry on its ethics, procedures, and the political dash philosophical view of its own founder. And so basically what happened is that this now completely independent but one man micronation started to harass us by misinformation, spreading misinformation for all the micronational international community. And basically my first job ever was to fix all the trouble that this guy had done. And so we started to talk about the political shift that we have since, and we decided to by co-working with another micronation to have a new anthem to remember that day. Also, they made a wall anthem for me because of my political actions as a newbie. Um, and basically every time something great or with a significant impact happens, so we either set up a national holiday or we change the anthem.
Yeah, that's really cool. How do the Siconian Parliament and Federal Council divide responsibilities in a way that ensures checks and balances?
Do we want to go, President? Okay. No. Okay. Then okay. Basically, the Federal Council is made up of each representatives dash delegates of every federal state. Like I am also the president of my federal state, and so I am in the Federal Council. Basically, when the Federal Parliament can inhabit every citizen from every federal state without any political restraint. Like, oh no, that the federal state is has some imperialistic visions or so. So we, with this new mechanic, assure that the freedom of speech, thought, and will can be assured. Now, the federal parliament and the federal council member works not in parallel in a parallelism, but in coordination. The federal council member can move a problem to the parliament and the parliament to the government, and so to assure that everybody can say the word about a specific situation or context. And this is something that we are starting to do more frequently with a new organization which Siconia is part of, and internal management too. In fact, with the new 5-month plan that has been approved by the federal parliament and federal council member, we are improving ourselves by 110% in just a couple of days.
That's amazing. It's always amazing to see micronations actually developing. That's a big problem in this community. Um,
Could you beg me pardon? I have an unexpected come si dice? Wait. I have basically to go right now.
all right,
I'm very sorry.
that's fine. It was great to have
I can
you.
keep on.
Hmm?
It was great to have
It
you.
was great.
Yeah.
Bye, Azov. We'll catch up
Bye.
later. Okay.
Um, so what economic model is envisioned for Siconia, given its small territory in diverse federal states? What is the economic vision that you see?
So the economic sphere of Siconia is brand new, and it has been established by me in person. Basically, since yeah, that you just said that we have a lot of distance between each federal state, and also there are federal states in Italy, and also like Spain, USA, Egypt. There was one in South Africa some time ago. How do we handle all of this? Basically, we use the micronational currency. Like in Italy, we use like in European Union, we use euro. But then with I have to send a certain amount of euros to, let's say, the Ministry of no the Reddit having had like for the salary, because we have salaries in micronational currency. I have to give the salaries. I just send in, and then the micronational institutions work on the shift of the value. That's basically what we do. The patrimony is established by selling whatever food connected product or sponsors we share, and also by my own um, let's say wait, like I buy stocks, like investments. Okay, and so the not small percentage of my profit I give it to Siconia freely.
Man, that's a good idea. um, since Siconia claims independence from Italy, or you've claimed a different system, um, how does it navigate the tension between symbolic autonomy and practical dependence? You kind of spoke on this a little earlier.
No, I didn't understand the like a word, a verb. Can you repeat it like
Um,
just first?
since Siconia claims independence from Italy, how does it navigate the tension between symbolic autonomy and practical dependence?
Okay. Basically, we aim to not be completely 100% independent because it is something that we just can't afford and can't legally or just physically do. Because we are a couple hundred people. We're like between the hundred and the 105. We have to update the microbic article though. And but we are in all in different places of the world. So becoming a whole a whole unity and a small region in any territory will be practically impossible. So our independence is purely symbolical, and we never actually aim to become a real other like independent region inside any micronation at all.
What future expansions, reforms, or constitutional developments does the government envision for the next 5 years?
So, yeah, that is a really good question. Think about the future. The future, considering everything that is happening right now, will surely be bright. This is something that I'm really sure. Even like if I will be gone tomorrow, I already know that Sigonia will go on for at least 4 or 5 years or so. Um, Now we are already plunged every little hole inside jurisdiction, constitution, and everything in the past 2 months, where when other two federal states join us. And so right now, no problems at all have been took shape in inside Siconia, either parliament, council, government itself, citizens. Everybody enjoyed the changes that we did because also everything like the law system is brand new. We have been in a voice chat for 10 hours, not straight, but almost straight. We, in like 6 or 7 people, citizens or not, talk about the law system. And the next day, we put it into into work with a simulation, and everything worked fine. It was publicly spread. People could watch it live, and everybody enjoyed. So this is a question that will have an answer of seen improvement if we were interviewed yeah, basically 3 months ago. But right now no problems took form, took shape, and we see nothing that we're missing right now. Everything else is on plan.
Very nice. So here's a devil's advocate question. This is the challenge. Your system is described as a federal semi-presidential republic, a complex structure typically used by nations with millions of citizens in large territories. With fewer than 35, now you say, this was on your microwiki, now there's more, um, and fragmented micronational territories. How do you justify this level of governmental complexity? Does it risk creating and, or excuse me, does it risk creating the appearance of form without function?
No, because every citizen is active, and so the even yes, our government, our state is very complex, but with common help and community sharing every type of information, political strategies and all. Everybody just had his own way, and everybody felt good with it. So we just survived this intense um type of state by common willpower. Everybody was brave enough to get on his feet, say what has to be said, do what has to be done, and it worked perfectly. And exactly because of this, I decided to join Siconia, because with such um, a strict, no, not so strict, but complex system, like some people, just a couple of people actually achieving something this big. I already knew that I was going to be um, between one of the brightest minds that I ever seen.
What was your personal, I guess, story for getting into Siconia? Did you have a did you previously have your own micronation that you
Yeah,
got into Siconia from?
yeah. It's a really fun story. Everything started in around 2019. My like it was just a group which was the SOP, and the name that we kept. We were seven, and basically we were just some 13-year-old friends which enjoyed playing Minecraft with the lockdown and everything. And then when I started to go to high school, a really political friend of mine, which is now the Minister of Interior and also a real let's say journalist in Italy, decided to create completely without knowing the micronational community, my previous story, to create what was called the small community of Montesilvano, which is the town I live in. So this little community was made of around 11 people, and it grew, but then everybody was or really smaller or really older than us. So everybody took his own road. But then we're still we're still around seven. And so I said, when he introduced me this project, I said, this is a this is a whole nation. Like this is not a group. This is not community. This is a nation. And so yeah, it can be called so. Then I knew Azov, thanks to a friend of us. I connected the dots and realized that I have been inside a micronation for at least 3 years without even knowing. And then I said, wow, look at those people with cool projects and all. Why shouldn't we be part of it? And then we joined without making questions at all.
Yeah. So yeah, that
Very big coincidence.
cool story there. Yeah. So I think that's all for the questions. I guess we can end off with my final uh, typical question of, do you have any regrets that you would change, and what would you say to a new micronationalist coming into the community? What would your advice to them be?
My only regret, which is a mistake I made on my first week of foreign relations, was to handle an internal problem without the figure of the Minister of Interior, because it wasn't involved yet. And so I was delegated by the federal guard and the federal president, but I still feel guilty of completely bypassing any type of law system which we had, but was really small and not good working. That is the only mistake and regret I have. But everything, like, then I started to talk to these guys, and everything is now set. If I had to say something to a new micronationalist, is will is everything. Like, it is a really big project, a really big and complex community, because there are those who have to be allies and those who seek destruction, and Siconia handled them. We have been subject of cyber attacks in the last 2 months, and we handle them. So you gotta be really strong, both mentally and physically. And Sigonia handled three um, non-republics. For we Sigonia fell 3 times in its history, only because of people that didn't quite get involved. So you just have to keep moving. You need to find the right people. Yeah, you have to be lucky sometimes, but you gotta show yourself. Post on Reddit, act already like if you're someone. If people see that you are confident while you're being nothing, you can only imagine what you can be and achieve when you feel and are proud of yourself, where you're actually something. Exactly my mindset, and exactly what happened. Now I am respected both here, school, work. I'm in the Italian Air Force Academy, and everything. The mindset is the key, and you have to know the right people. If something doesn't fit right with allies and all, you don't have to fall because of them, of their stupid or extremist ideals. Sometimes, like Azovium did, and I really respect him because of this. Sometimes you have to walk alone, but it's always like I don't know if you say so you say in America, on other states, but in Italy we say meglio soli che mal accompagnati, which means better being alone than being with someone like with bad intentions and all. Sometimes you gotta go by yourself, but look where we are now. Everybody started by himself. I think every mechanician started with just man. So there's nothing different for you. Same opportunity, same everything. Just keep moving.
That's very inspirational, and I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, thank you for joining the Micronational interview series. Thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate you and
Thank
Azov
you.
both for being a part of it. And
We're really grateful. We're really grateful. We didn't know of this. If you didn't reach us, we will never do this.
it just started here recently, back in October. We started
Oh,
recently. So,
oh wow.
yeah. So,
Good to hear.
thank you to everyone who watched the episode. Thank you to those who have supported the channel, and like, subscribe, turn on the bell, all that fun stuff. And yeah, we'll see y'all in the next episode. Alright, folks, that's going to wrap it up for today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of micronations, do me a favor. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and share your thoughts. If you want more content like this, go ahead and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. And it lets me know you want more high quality breakdowns. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.